It's 1996 and I'm sitting in a DJ booth in a strip club in London. The place is called For Your Eyes Only, and it's situated in a place called Abbey Road. Not the Abbey Road you're probably thinking of. Not the Abbey Road with the Beatles crossing over the zebra crossing, but this is Abbey Road Industrial Estate, and it's in North London by the Wembley Stadium. And I'm introducing a girl on stage. I've been DJing in strip clubs for a few months. I started off in Birmingham. In 1996, there was the European Football Championships in England. They were hosting England, and my city, Birmingham, was one of the host cities. And I got a phone call one day from a guy who wanted to set up a strip club, or a lap dancing bar as we called them, because Birmingham was going to be flooded with all these men with nothing to do in the evenings after they'd watched the football. And so he set up a strip club. And so I was working, I think, about 5 or 6 nights a week in the strip club. And I was also working during the daytime in a warehouse. I was a really, really busy guy. But anyway, I'm sitting in this strip club in London. The girl on stage was what I would call like a typical, stereotypical stripper. She was quite petite, small. Everything about her was false. She had a boob job, she had a false nose, like a nose job. She was wearing massive, massive high heels. She had false eyelashes. I think she had like yellow coloured, like green hair or something like that, right? And she was one of those girls that was really, really good on the pole. Really good on the stage. Okay, so the setup for the girls then was they had a 2-song routine. The first song, they kind of pranced around on stage. I don't know if that's a sort of artistic theme. And then the second song, they'd go topless and prance around on the stage. And of course, there was a pole. And this particular girl was really, really good on the pole. And you tend to find that those girls that are really good on the pole are an absolute pain in the ass, right? I'm the big show, I'm the big star. And they just had a huge ego. And this girl fitted into that category. I can't remember her name. I can't even remember what she looked like. But I just remember she was really small. I remember what she was wearing. And I just remember what she was like. This girl was really good on the pole. And one of the tricks she used to do was go all the way up to the top of the pole. Now, For Your Eyes Only had a very, very high stage. Right, it was too high. It was like a theatrical stage, really. If you're designing a strip club, right, little bit of a tip here. First thing you start before you do anything is get a chair and have a comfortable seating kind of position. And then the height of the stage, right, the eye line that you have should be, well, you know where the eye line should be. I don't even have to explain, right? But this stage was all wrong at For Your Eyes Only. It was very, very high. And then had a very high ceiling. And between the stage and the ceiling was this massive, great big, very, very long, tall pole. And this girl used to love going all the way to the top and then going upside down, pretending that she'd slipped, and then falling all the way down, like dropping like a roller coaster. And right before she hit her head on the stage, she would stop. It was like a break, and she would stop. That was her little party piece, and it was very impressive, right? And she did it this one day, and guess what? For some reason, she missed her timing, and she hit her head first onto the hard stage. And she was basically knocked unconscious. I was sitting there in a DJ booth, oblivious to all this. I was had my nose probably in a Thai vocabulary book, trying to learn the Thai language. I just started to come over here to Thailand. And the girls were screaming, boss, DJ, stop the music, she's hurt. Okay, bit of a commotion going on. Everybody rushed to her. There was this big crowd around her. And I got down there and I could see she started off unconscious, but she kind of got a little bit better and she sort of woke up a little bit. There wasn't any blood, but she was clearly not in a good way. Right. The manager, who was a guy called Kenny. Hi, Kenny, if you want. I know Kenny's one of the only people that still I keep in touch with from those days. Kenny arrived, cool as a cucumber. He was looking at her and they were saying, come on, let's get her on the sofa. And everyone was going, no, don't move her. You know, there's always that dilemma. Do we move somebody with a head injury or possible head injury? No. Leave her where she is, try and support her, make her feel comfortable, put in the recovery position, and let's get some help. And Kenny turned around to me and says, Phil, can you get an ambulance for this? I think she needs to go to hospital. Okay, no problem. So I go to the office, pick up the phone. In the UK, you dial 999. 999. Yeah, what service? Ambulance, please. Okay. So I get through to the ambulance. Hi. Greater London Ambulance Service. How can we be of help? Okay. I'm the DJ at For Your Eyes Only. It's a strip club. What's the address, please? Abbey Road Industrial Estate. Okay, what seems to be the problem? There's a girl who's on the stage and she's fallen off the pole. Right. Is she breathing? Yeah. She got vital signs. Yeah, she's fine. Okay, no problem. We'll give you some assistance. Now, I don't know what the reaction time is for ambulance calls in the UK nowadays, although I do hear a lot of negatives. But I am telling you, right, within 2 minutes, there was an ambulance there, right? And surprisingly, it was an all-male crew. I think the London Ambulance Service is a equal opportunities employer. There was probably girls. 3 guys in the full ambulance gear came, you know, the hat and everything. Gave her some help, put her on a stretcher, right, and carted her off to the hospital. It was quite lucky, actually. The strip club is quite near to a hospital. And off she went, and I'm sure to this day, those ambulance guys have got a story to tell. Oh, you'll never guess where we went today. Well, we had to go pick up a stripper from For Your Eyes Only. The strip clubs then were a lot of fun. And, of course, in the 90s, one of the things that changed a lot was the introduction of the National Lottery. The National Lottery started in 1992, I think it was. And, of course, there was millionaires. There was people who never, ever had money in their lives all of a sudden becoming millionaires. And it's actually quite dangerous. And actually, I spoke to the person who works for Camelot, the lottery company, and, you know, he sat down and had a chat with me about this, and he said, you know, it's a real issue. Great getting money, but holding on to money is really tough. Well, single guys that won the lottery were very much attracted to strip clubs, and actually married guys were attracted to strip clubs as well. And this story didn't happen in London, it happened in Birmingham, in the first strip club I worked at. And there was this guy who was coming in day after day after day and spending a lot of money. I'm talking hundreds and hundreds of pounds, right? And he was such an annoying guy. So he got a horrible nature about him. He was big-headed, but he used to tip everyone. £20 here, £30 there. And the security really didn't like him. I didn't really like him. He used to give me £20 to play his songs and stuff like that. Nobody liked him, but because he had money, we all sort of put up with him, if you know what I mean. One of the things he had eventually was he used to come in a Bentley. This guy had won the lottery, right? Or so we thought. He used to come in a Bentley, and he'd drive up in this Bentley, and there wasn't a lot of parking in central Birmingham, but there was a little kind of side passage, if you like, in this club. And the staff used to park their cars there. Well, he'd just turn up with his Bentley, literally throw the keys at one of the doormen with £20 and ask him to park his car. And the doorman, and like, it wasn't for customers, this little passageway, but, you know, it was him, and so we had to park it. And he'd come in and he'd throw me £20 to play his favourite song, which I can't remember what it was, but it was horrible anyway. And he was just basically the most annoying and pig-headed person. It turns out he didn't even win the lottery. Well, his wife won the lottery. I'm never quite sure what the situation was with his wife. I think his wife probably went off to Jamaica or somewhere like, with the money. And whether they got divorced, I don't know, or his wife just gave him a lump sum to get rid of him because, good grief, nobody could have lived with this man, right? But there he was, spending his money. He fell in love with one of the strippers. And we had a lot of nice-looking sort of girls going for university, you know, nicer younger girls, like in their 20s or something. He fell in love with a woman that was about 40. Not very nice looking. Seemed to remember she had a drug dealing Rastafarian boyfriend, but never mind. We'll gloss over that. But he fell in love with her. And I've always said this about girls who work in go-go bars here and bars in Pattaya. I always slip in the word Pattaya into my videos because it just winds everyone up. It's not Pattaya, it's Pattaya. Okay, comments down below. I've always said the older, more experienced girls always do best because they know what buttons to press on a guy. And this girl, woman, knew what buttons to press on this guy, right? Because he took her to Cannes, he took her to Venice, he lavished, bought her a new car, jewellery. Unbelievable, right? And it was quite clear that this girl was milking him for all he was worth, right? Anyway, one day, never came. And in fact, to the relief of some people, although he was a good tipper, never ever came back to the strip club. Never saw him again. About 9 months later, 10 months later, I've got a problem with my gas boiler in my condo. And I need to call out the service provider, who in the UK was British Gas, right? Okay, we'll send an engineer out. Guess what? There's a knock on the door. Knock, knock, knock. Who have they said to me? But our multi-millionaire lottery guy, who had not even won the lottery, but his wife had given him a little bit of money. He'd blown the lot, right? He had blown the lot. He was a gas fitter before he was a lottery winner. And by the way, I'm not having a go at gas fitters, right? It's a great job. He was a gas fitter before, completely blown the lot. And now here he was, fixing my boiler. And it was an awkward, it was awkward, right? Because I was going, how you doing? You know, I haven't seen you in the club for a while. Oh, yeah, I've come back to work. See much of the girl? Oh no, it didn't really work out with us. Never mind. Okay. Couldn't help but just peel back the curtain to have a look at the ground. On the ground, I was on the 3rd floor, and I said, can't see the Bentley. And he goes, oh no, I have to sell the Bentley. Okay. Always be nice on the way up, because you never know what's going to happen on the way down. Anyway, lots and lots of crazy things happened to me during my time in the strip club. I decided to come on holiday to Thailand around about then. And then, of course, everything changed. I think the time that I spent in the strip clubs really helped me when I came to work in the bars here. It's kind of the same principle. And I think a lot of bar owners, bar managers, when they first come to work over here, it's the excitement of working with the young girls and everything. And the great thing about me was I'd already been through that like 10 years earlier in England. So I got that out of my system, if you know what I mean. I am now a bar owner here in Pattaya. Here you go, I've said it again. It's Pattaya. Please come and join me in the pub on Soy Diamond. I'm there from 4 p.m. every day. I'd love to say, there's a lot of stories about celebrities who came to the strip clubs that I'm not going to reveal online because I don't think it's fair. But if you want to know a few more stories about that, always happy to tell, a paying customer. So come on in, we're open from 4 p.m. and I'm there most days. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget there is a membership area of this channel from just £2 a month. Helps to pay for all the equipment, data, and so on and so forth that keeps the live streams and this area going. And for the membership, £2 a month, even a multi-millionaire can afford that. You get an extra bonus members only live stream, and you also get the full montage, the full repertoire of everything I've ever done, all the live streams we put into the members. So please come up and say hello. But for me, Mr. Egg here in Pattaya, I've triggered you. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.